welcome to London, Christine.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for taking the time to come and see us today. So we spoke last year in Cyber Awareness Month, although it feels like a long time ago, about Secure by Design and some of the changes that you're making to the way MoD does cybersecurity.
Yep.
And we work with your teams quite a lot, and we know you've been busy since then. So it would be good if you could just to reflect on your highlights from last year and priorities for 2023.
Yeah, absolutely. Golly, there's been a lot going on, as you say, and I think highlights from last year. So we've got 40 companies now, not 40 programs in the pilots for Secure by Design, and it's fair to say some are doing better than others, but that's why we were doing the big pilot, and I think we've learned that that's actually the way to drive change, and not just to wait and design something that we think is perfect in our ivory tower and then to come through and go, ta-da, here it is, and then it doesn't work. So I think we've learned a lot, so there's successes and there's things that we need to do better. I think we know that feedback on the whole has been really positive, because it's, certainly from industry, I hear a lot of, at last, MoD's changing how they do this, and it's because we know it's not new. It feels new to a lot of people within the MoD, but it's not new. And so there's a lot of experience out there. There's more experience in the market to do Secure by Design than there actually is to do the old MoD way. So I think we've learned tons. In terms of 2023, we've got to make it go live fully. So we've kind of given ourselves a date of July 2023 is when there's no more the old way, the pilot world ends, and it just becomes the norm. And we can already feel that, because even this week there are new programs coming along, and they say, well, how will we approach security? And it's like, well, do it this way. There is only one way to go. So it just needs to become BAU, actually.
And I guess you mentioned it there that collaboration between the MoD and industry is going to be key to that.
Yeah.
We're certainly seeing that on some of our major programs, like the ECRS Mark II radar upgrade for Typhoon and Global Combat Air program. How do you think we can improve that collaboration between MoD and industry to make this a success?
I think we've got to keep talking. I know it sounds really basic, but what I've really liked about the way we've worked is, we've done lots of sessions between MoD and industry, and I've just felt industry deal with us in a really different way in terms of throwing challenge in and questions. And we're probably getting more questions now than we've ever had. And I've only been here for 4 years, but in the last year, we've probably had more questions and challenge from industry than we'd had in my previous 3. And I think that's a way of working that we need to continue, because it is really easy to be an ivory tower, and if it doesn't work for the programs that you're mentioning there and that you're engaging in, we're not doing it right. So we need to learn, and even as we get to July, it's not going to be perfect, and it'll still need to iterate, and we need to work that way. So I think it's all about communication. It's about talking and learning together as we go through, I think.